What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here, and in this video I'm going to be doing a run of the Disgraced Nightfall. Sorry, I lost my voice a little bit over the weekend. Had some fun on a stag with my friends, golfed in the mountains and stuff, so that was fun. Anyways, I've done a Prismatic Warlock run, a Prismatic Titan run, so I figured it was time for a Prismatic Hunter run. And I haven't farmed hardly any exotic class items, maybe 2 per class. So everyone's always like, oh, why don't you run Spirit of the whatever? I don't have like hardly any class items, plus my Vault's in Shambles already. But this is one I do have, which is Spirit of Galanor and Spirit of Gerfalcon. So I can get my tether back when I tether, and then from Spirit of Galanor. And then Gerfalcon's works pretty much the same way. You get the best parts of Gerfalcon's, which is volatile rounds. So anyways, before I get too far into the video, my clanmate TJ does have a Bungee Foundation thing set up. So if you guys want to donate to that, you can get an emblem. And yeah, he would appreciate it. So I'm going to link that in the description. And now on to the run. So I had dreamt this up a few days ago. I hadn't even ran with this class item yet. But when I saw there was a solar singe on this nightfall, I knew Dragon's Breath would be really good because this final boss has a shit ton of health. And when I tell you, I've never gotten so lucky in my life with ammo drops as I have in this run. Like, it was insane. Every time I needed heavy ammo, I was getting a drop. So yeah, the stars just aligned on this one. But anyways, if you can bait the servitors down here, that's really good. And then you'll see him throwing out a melee. I've got Facet of Dawn. So if the timing's right, sometimes the barrier servitor will get stunned by Dragon's Breath. The problem with it is the ignition sometimes stun locks the barrier, so then it won't do, it won't put up its shield. So that's why sometimes it like doesn't stun even though it looks like it stuns. It's because it's getting stun locked. So now I had procced Stylus Executioner, so I've got volatile rounds on my Elsie's rifle. This roll, I'm so glad I kept it. It's under over frenzy. I do have repulsor destabilizing, and oh, look right there. There's the gunpowder gamble. It's so clutch in this nightfall specifically. I'm a huge fan of it for this nightfall. It works really good because enemies like spawn together a lot, and as you can see, the marauders pushed me, and then they got blown to bits. Shoot, I forget what I was talking about. But, oh yeah, the Elsie's rifle. It's under, over, and frenzy. So I love frenzy, and then under, over is really nice with anti-barrier pulse. And we do have a couple times where we have to shoot our pulse rifle from a pretty far distance. And this weapon just works really good for taking out barrier champs. So yeah, I quite liked it. Also, with this build setup, Dragon's Breath will pretty much get you full light transcendence. And then we've got the call. So I do have a lead from gold 1 for all, and I ran that on some runs that I was doing with Ariana's Vow. I went double special. And that's getting a buff if you didn't see the thing today. But there is one problem, and that is still that barrier knights don't take crit damage. And death at first glance is kind of how that thing works. So that's unfortunate. Unfortunately there, I think those enemies tanked my rocket, but whatever. It still took them out, and then we're able to get a stun on the barrier. So yeah, I just spam abilities with this build. I spam Transcendence, I spam my Gunpowder Gamble. Stylus Executioner gives us lots of room to breathe, especially in the boss room. I didn't really do any practice runs on this or watch any videos. So it had been a long time since I've done this boss room, so I didn't remember all the spawns and stuff. But yeah, Stylus Executioner just allows you to, I hate when that happens, gets caught on the ledge of the door. It just gives you breathing room if you get pushed by some ads. So even right here, like, we can use it to our advantage to like line up our Transcendence grenades and whatever. But yeah, Tether is super, super good in this Nightfall as well because, like I said, the enemies tend to bunch up. And then Dragon's Breath. Last season, I made a top exotics Well, top heavy exotics and top exotics, and Dragon's Breath I had at number 1 just because it's so versatile, especially for solo players. Like, look at that. I'm able to hit that barrier servitor, and then I just start dealing damage with my pulse rifle. There's hardly anything better for champions because it can damage a champion while you're ready with your anti-champion gun. So there we get a nice, whatchamacallit, gunpowder gamble into a nice tether. We're gonna wait, hit the servitor, all these enemies are tethered, and look at my super energy come back because of Galanor, and then just how much damage we're doing. Like, that is a fast ass super. So yeah, if you get this roll on the cloak, it's gonna be awesome for you, but you could absolutely just run this with Gerfalcons, or Gyrfalcons, as everyone likes to tell me I say it wrong, which I probably do, but whatever. Here we can see the volatile rounds just absolutely going in on these Cursed Thrall, because yeah, Frenzy, and we've got the volatile rounds going, so it actually hits pretty hard for a primary. And then because I've got this this class item, I might as well just keep using my super, because these knights are annoying. And look at how much heavy I have on the right side of the screen, and a brick just dropped there. Like, honest to God, this was the craziest run I've ever had for ammo, ever. Yeah, I was very fortunate. So here, one thing that happens sometimes is this barrier knight will fall off, and I think he does here, which is unfortunate. Yeah, he does. But luckily, it's not too big of a waste of a rocket. So yeah, we just, like I said, this whole build is just like spam your abilities constantly. Gunpowder Gamble, like I said, it's actually very strong. And then the stasis stuff, the Withering Blade, you get 2. And then the Dusk Field, you'll see in the boss room, and even up like here, just how clutch it is. Just for slowing enemies to give you some breathing room. But it's also a super easy way to proc Stylus Executioner, because they'll just run right into that Dusk Field. And if you kill them when they're slowed or frozen, you go invis. So yeah, it's super, super strong. So here, we're going to try to stun him, and then yeah, we're just going to use 2 rockets. So there, I'm not totally hitting my shots, but again, you can't hit crits on barrier knights. So just because of that fact, it always takes them more shots to kill. Again, that's why I wanted the under overroll, because yeah, repulsor brace would have been nice for, and destabilizing for like really easy void overshields, but I wasn't really built into the void artifact a whole bunch on this, so it's whatever. So here, another nice gunpowder gamble, 3 acolyte kills. Like, it's just free kills. It's so good. This whole loadout in general, like, not to toot my own horn, but it's really freaking good for this nightfall. Like, I was doing that Ariana's Vow one, and it just wasn't near as good as this, so I was like, screw it, I'm gonna try that one. So here, I get him to put his shield up early in hopes that maybe that will allow him to stay up. And then, again, this is why I run Withering Blade. You'd think the weaken melee would be nice for that extra 15% damage, and absolutely it would be, but there's no way. It's a skill issue for sure, but there's no way I'm hitting my weaken melee from this distance. But Withering Blade, it's got tracking, it's got good range, so that's why I went with Withering Blade, and you'll see the strats on the boss are so clean. Again, like, okay, I am tooting my own horn a bit here, but holy shit. The strats in boss room, it's mint. So we get a tether out. Unfortunately, that knight already had some damage, which I wasn't aware of, because I was gonna shoot that Dragon's Breath right away, but then I thought he might shield right away because his health bar was low, but he didn't. But anyway, the tether, again, working really nicely. Yeah, I just love tether. It's super good, especially in Nightfalls where ads are grouped up. And then there you can see the freeze. It's just buying us time. Again, spamming abilities. That's an extra 34,000 damage just because we have that artifact on, or that aspect on. And then I've got Gambler's Dodge for that exact reason that you just saw. I was able to dodge right near the knight, and that got me Radiant. So my Dragon's Breath did more damage. And yeah, just look at how much freaking ammo is on the ground. The reason I kind of went back and forth there, I thought maybe that orange bar knight was still up, but it wasn't. It's just I didn't get the prompt to advance, so I thought some enemy was up somewhere. So yeah, here I think I pop Prismatic and yeah, we just go in on these barrier servitors. So yeah, they're obviously really annoying because they like shield the enemies and whatever. But again, we can kind of just deal with many things at once because of how good Dragon's Breath is. And there, if I didn't have Radiant, that rocket was coming back at me because the barrier was just putting up a shield. But I was able to, with Radiant, pierce the shield. And then we got the stun really easily. And again, now we're just spamming our abilities, try to save on a bit of ammo. And I actually do run back and grab some ammo here. So I don't know why I chose to kill him that way when I could have just did a finisher. But yeah, I'll just speed this part up because it's just me running to pick up all this ammo because why not? It takes what, like 20 seconds and we've got 3 rockets. I ran Solar Scavenger because if there's one thing you want scav mods on, it's rockets. And sometimes my regular bricks would give me 4 rockets on Hothead. And then I think it takes a finder brick from 1 to 2, which is really substantial when you're only talking about 9 in reserves. Yeah, 1 rocket to 2 is a huge difference. Well, it's 100% more, right? It's double, so yeah, definitely worth running a scavenger. And then I also have on a solar, whatchamacallit? Solar Surge, Solar Weapon Surge. And then I've got Shield Break Charge. So Navoda has a solar shield. So I was using Ariana's Vow, and every time I popped that solar shield, it would cause an ignition. So that was like free damage. But here, watch. I hit Navoda. I get Solar Weapon Surge because of Shield Break Charge. And then I throw a melee to give me 25% more damage with Radiant. So that's why this build is so good for solo boss damage. Like I said, this boss is quite tanky. So you need something that has good high total damage output, not just burst. Like I love Edge Transit, but it's more of a burst weapon for sure. So there, a really nice tether. And again, I've got a brick right on that crate next to me. So here they kind of split up, so I was a little nervous. I wasn't sure what to do. So I procced that Radiant melee, and then that allowed me to stun while I ran away. So again, Dragon's Breath, I've talked about it before. Obviously, I just focused on the 1, so I still didn't get the kill. But being able to do damage over time is just so effective in this game. And you'll see there, I didn't think the Knight was going to shield. And that's because, like I said, I'm running a Vorpal Weapon, the call, because I need it for the boss and champions, where normally I run my 1 for all one. But I need that constant 15% damage on a boss or champion. And what that actually allows, it takes it from 4 shots to 3 shots to make the barrier put up their shield. So yeah, I wasn't used to that in this part, as you'll see. So again, here, we can just shoot our rocket. We get 10 seconds of increased damage with Solar Surge. And then we can just keep doing that. So like I said, it's a really great way to just get free damage thanks to Shield Break Charge. So there you could see I took out 2 wizards with 1 rocket. Those wizards can be kind of tanky, but again, this solar shield strat works really well. There, the boss dipped away, which is annoying, but it's whatever. So yeah, we're just trying to deal enough damage. Finally, she moves, and we can get on to the next part. So here, I want to tether just to save on ammo. But I made sure to stun him first, just because that Void Beam can absolutely wreck you sometimes. I shouldn't have been using my primary there. I should have used my special sidearm to take out those Cursed Thrall. But it didn't really matter because they were tethered, so now it was taking damage from that Ogre. And then there, we've still got the ignition glitch thing, where a champion is stunned, but they keep shooting at you. So I just dipped. I wasn't worried about trying to kill it. I'd rather just stay alive because I knew this run was good just with all the ammo I was getting. So here we pop Transcendence. This part is very annoying, and I probably should have saved my tether for there. I could have saved myself a few minutes for sure because I could have just taken out that Ogre, maybe just used 1 more rocket, but whatever. And then all these enemies I could have tethered and shot 1 Dragon's Breath, and they would have all been sharing damage. and melted really quickly. So it is what it is. That's why when you use your super is so crucial. And you'll see even in the boss room, I don't use my super enough. And that is because, again, I wasn't familiar with the boss room spawns. It'd been years since it was like season of the, whenever Arc 3.0 released, Plunder, I think, is when I soloed it last. So it's been a long, long time. And because of that, I didn't know when I should be hanging on to my super. So I could have supplemented some boss damage with my super, but in the end, it didn't really matter too much because I got really lucky on ammo drops. So that knight down there is often a huge problem. Those night blasts will mess you up. And then the railing is really annoying. So the knight actually fell, which I've never seen. So it was on the ground there. Now we're just getting pushed by some more stuff. Again, if I could have just got a tether and a good dragon's breath, all this stuff could have been dead and I could have just been dealing with this knight. So look, right there it starts shielding, where if you don't have Vorpal, you need 4 shots. So that was just me needing to get used to that. There, again, I hit my Radiant melee, which is huge. Get that more damage from Dragon's Breath. And again, I would never hit that with the Weaken melee, the Smoke Bomb. So here, again, that railing is super annoying. With those rocket-propelled sidearms, they're projectiles. So they do run into things sometimes, but we wind up still killing him. Now, I think we just have 2 knights left. Or maybe just 1 knight and some random adds. So, there, you could see Stylus Executioner was really nice because it allows us to kind of see what we're dealing with. Gives us wall hacks. And this knight, he shields a lot, man. So there, I thought he was dead, so I dropped down to reload, but he still had 1 HP. So then I need to use 2 more shots. So now just look for ammo. Always be looking for ammo. Look, I just got 27. Like, these rocket sidearms are so ammo efficient. It's crazy. So here, I get my melee charge back with Gambler's Dodge. And then, yeah, we're just going to go in on all this stuff. So, yeah, we've got the 30% weaken from Tether, and we've got the Radiant melee. So, yeah, we're doing crazy damage there. So, absolutely wreck that knight. And then we're just going to get this knight to shield. And then we can take him out easily with the Dragon's Breath. See, it's just so peaceful. Like, damage over time, it's just... you don't have to engage with the knight. I was just kind of using cover, waiting for him to shield. He didn't shield because of the stun lock. And then I was good to go. So, yeah, can't recommend Dragon's Breath enough for this Nightfall. And just this loadout in general. So now we've got the boss room. Here I mess up. I thought it was as soon as you do like damage to the enemies, Navoda spawns, but it doesn't appear so. So I kind of wasted my nade there, but it is what it is. Now she spawns. So here's what I'm talking about. I don't have the Radiant melee, and I actually miss. But what I was going to say is that shield break charge. Oh, and there, because Dragon's Breath scorches, you can see I went invis with Stylus Executioner from the Scorch with from Dragon's Breath. So yeah, there's actually some really good synergy, which I didn't even realize when I was crafting this build. I just wanted to use my new class item, but yeah, that's really strong. So there, again, we get Shield Break and Radiant. So we're doing, what's one weapon surge? 10% more damage? Is it 10, 17, and 22? So it's only 10% more, but then that stacks multiplicatively with Radiant, which I'm getting from my melee. So there, I shot just a second too soon. I should have waited for her solar shield to charge, but I didn't. There, I get pushed, and actually scrambling a little bit here. But again, we've kind of got get out of jail free with Stylus Executioner. If I just spam my abilities, it lets me get wall hacks, see where the boss is. And yeah, then we just regroup. But yeah, any time here, I could have shot my super. There, I missed my Radiant melee still, just because of the way she moved. But you can see we ticked down to her first damage gate. So there's 4. So this is the first one. This is the one spawn I remembered, is those knights come out of that back room. So that's really crucial because these knights mess you up. They shoot those arc boomers. I think I'm running 2 arc resist and a concussive dampener, something like that. Because yeah, the boss does arc and these knights do arc. So here, again, we're going to see a nice super. Just being patient. There's no rush. Tether lasts a really long time if you tether lots of ads. So I just really needed to make sure I hit my Dragon's Breath because, yeah, we can clean up like the whole phase really, really quickly. Unfortunately, these guys with their shields. Like, look at that. Just always shielding. And then there's one bigger guy up top. But yeah, these guys are pretty tanky, and look how low they all were just thanks to Dragon's Breath and that shared damage from Tether. So here we're invis so we can get right in her face while still being safe, and then we shoot our rocket to again proc Solar Surge, and we throw our melee to get Radiant for more damage. So yeah, like I said, very ammo efficient and high total damage setup we have here. Then we get pushed by some Thrall. So again, I do like to kind of share knowledge, but I don't know when exactly these Thrall spawn. Probably like halfway on her health gate, or on her health bar. Like halfway on the second health bar, like the one we're on now. But I don't know for sure. There is a good... So I'm able to make a tangle because of one of my fragments. And then when you shoot it with a strand weapon, which the call is obviously, that will make a bigger explosion thanks to Threaded Blast on the artifact. This was my first time kind of using that, and I was actually pretty impressed. It is like, it's definitely a noticeable explosion increase. So yeah, it's pretty good. So anytime we have Prismatic, you kind of want to just be chucking it out because it does increase your weapon damage and it stacks with everything. And then, yeah, we can just like spam our abilities, spam melee for Radiant, get damage from our grenade. So yeah, again, it just helps on the ammo economy of the boss. So now we're just going to line up our shot. The big thing, obviously, is you don't want to miss, but you can use this as cover. Wait till she stops shooting. She stopped. Wait till she stops moving and is about to start shooting again, and that's when you do it. And then, again, super easy to hit these Withering Blade melees. We've got more ads spawning, this time Cursed Thrall. So yeah, this boss room can get away on you if you're not like patient, or I guess if you're in a team too, you're probably melting Navoda, so you're gonna get like a lot more stuff spawning in. But obviously as a solo, pretty much every time I was dealing damage with the rocket, I would retreat back to here to allow composite propellant to get back up to 5 so that it hits super hard and reloads itself, and so that I could watch for any spawning enemies. So here, I know she was getting close, so I tried to put in a bit of sidearm damage. And then here is the Ogre spawn. So I did remember that one too. I probably could have pre-tethered, and it would have done more damage. But again, I wasn't 100% sure if that was the door and all that. So we actually have a pretty slow Ogre kill here. But it's fine. But yeah, just a future optimization. I probably could have killed in 2 stuns had I pre-tethered. So yeah, the ignition from Dragon's Breath is what caused the champ to get stunned. So I wasn't really ready for that. So then I just turned and did a bit of damage. And then I know there's some enemies out here, so I'd rather just clean them up and just leave that Ogre be so that I don't get jumped. So we're going to get some primary kills because I do have heavy ammo finder on my helmet. So as I get primary kills, I'll get ammo drops. Or like build the meter towards getting ammo drops. So here 2 ogres spawn in. So we're gonna use the whatchamacallit. Oh my god. Sorry, my brain is slow. The gunpowder gamble, because that causes an ignition. So then and we had it charged and I wanted to use it before we popped Prismatic. And yeah, again, this is just like supplementing damage basically. Prismatic is just free damage. It's like a little mini super. It's so good because yeah, it just allows you to spam abilities. You do more damage. Like yeah, it's excellent. I love it. So there, I should have tethered those ogres, because I would have killed them so much faster and saved on some rocket ammo. But again, I wasn't 100% sure of the spawns. But if I ran this back, I would have tethered there 100%. So the reason I threw that dusk field was to... Jeez, I get 2 bricks there. Like I said, this run was just insane for ammo drops. So I got a 3 and a 4. Again, that's where that scav is coming in nice. But yeah, like I was saying, if I ran that back, I would have tethered right there. So there we do our little strat. She's in a good spot, so I put in a couple sidearm shots. But yeah, there really isn't a strat that I can think of outside maybe Anarchy, but Arc Surge isn't this week. It's Solar and Void that would deal as safe of damage as Dragon's Breath does. But like I said, Dragon's Breath has the added benefit of Scorching, so it procs our Stylus Executioner. And then we get another drop. Like, also the fact that Dragon's Breath holds 9 in reserves instead of 7 now is crazy. But I love it. So there, again, just doing the strat. Just being really safe. So let's see what happens at half health here. Probably an ad spawn, I would think. Actually, yeah. I think that's why I'm looking around, expecting an ad spawn. And it just doesn't come. Then I get caught up on some... Oh, the frickin' environment in this game, dude. That could have cost me my life there. Just because I got caught on some weird physics. Some weird frickin' ground. So there is the spawn I was expecting. And again, we can just use our abilities to super easily go invis. All these guys just run into here like crazy easy. I think I used the Hoyle Storm Grenade spam build back when I did it. So that's probably why I'm not even super familiar with the spawns. Because I literally just hid back where I just was in that little corner. And pretty much just spammed grenades to take out all the enemies. But as you can see, as we do some more damage, some more enemies come down. So, like I said, every time I kind of do damage, I just head on down and see what's down here. Unfortunately, I don't have a melee. I thought about running for that orb, and then there I do, because I've got Radiant Orbs on from the artifact. So, yeah, that is a really good artifact mod. Pick up an orb, get Radiant. Super nice. Now we're just surveying. Shot just a little too soon. Didn't wait for the solar shield to go up, so I didn't get that 10% more damage. Then I'm trying to shoot through there, but again, with the projectile, it's really hard. So again, nothing's spawning. So if you're doing this, you don't have to play as cautious. And again, at any time, I could have popped my super, even just on the boss, to, again, supplement my damage. But I was hanging on to it just in case things got hairy. So if you're watching this video and you want to do this, I kind of did the legwork for you. See there, I just got 4 bricks. And I did the dodge underneath to get my melee back. So unfortunately, I was that close. I thought it was going to be good. All I had to do was like shoot 1 more sidearm shot. And then the shield comes up. So now we got to take the shield down before we can get our damage in. So I should have just pushed a little harder with the sidearm. But whatever. Maybe a 30-second loss. So here she moves. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I think I remember all the ads spawn down there now. So I back up to this corner. But they also come out that side room, it looks like. So again, I'm just going to slow, get an easy Stylus Executioner, and now we're going to see what we're working with. Luckily that knight's a giant dumbass and just runs straight into a Duskfield grenade, so that was really nice of him. But even still, this is a red bar, and like look how many freaking shots it took to take him down. Those knights are no joke. And arc threat is on, so you take increased arc damage. And yeah, if those boomers get going on you, you're in trouble. So there's that big explosion from shooting a tangle with Threaded Blast. Took out some ads. Then Gunpowder Gamble, super nice. And then yeah, we're just going to get Stylus Executioner. Again, just because I am not letting these knights screw this run. It was too smooth. I say a lot that some of the runs I actually clear on are some of my worst, and I have like much smoother runs. But this is one of those rare ones where, like I said, I was getting ammo drops, didn't make any like egregious mistakes, I don't think. So I was happy that this was the one I got the clear on. Another thing that would be good is Lucky Pants, but you'd have to stand in on the boss so much. And that's where Dragon's Breath is so nice. You can just deal your damage from cover and safety. So it's really, really good. But you do need stuff with high total damage for this boss for sure. So I just wanted to stop moving. Got a little gun shy. That is literally just because I'm like, I'm not losing it here, so I do play a little extra safe. I should have shot the rocket and then thrown the melee. But yeah, just as I was talking about how smooth this run is. Make a mistake, but that's okay. That is life. Only those real cracked gamers have their runs where it looks like they make like no mistakes at all. It's pretty impressive to watch, but so that's kind of the spot you want to shoot. As soon as she kind of stops and starts shooting her arc blast at you, that's when you're like, okay, I'm good to shoot. So again, just surveying the scene. Always wait for your composite propellant to be up. Get a melee. And yeah, again, more ammo. Like, yeah, I was just so pleased with this run. And this is pretty much what you do till the end. There is some more ad spawns coming. And yeah, she has weird movement. Like I said, I tried Ariana's Vow Lucky Pants, but that would be really tough to hit. Yeah, her movement patterns are really annoying. So right there, that's when you want to shoot. Get the armor charge. Didn't have a melee, but that's okay. So I'm just putting in supplemental damage with the sidearm. Again, that's why I rocked my demo Vorpal crafted one, because One for All is doing me nothing here. And it can take out ads pretty easily on its own. So yeah, I don't think you need One for All. Look at the Transcendence bar. I'm just going to go back to that. This is what I was talking about. Watch the Transcendence bar from Dragon's Breath when there's this many ads around. One rocket, full Transcendence. Insanity. Unfortunately, those Thrall ripped over there, so I wasted the Gunpowder Gamble. And then I just do that Gambler's Dodge so that I can make them slow, so that I can get Stylus Executioner, just so I can kind of see what's around me. So I know there's some Knights, and again, those Knights are super threatening. So I lay down my grenade. That gives me time to go invis, and I just shoot a rocket on the one Knight. I can deal with one Knight, but two Knights, like, yeah, I've died to crap like that before in GMs. So, did I need to waste a rocket and pop Transcendence there? No. But it's nice to have that option. So again, that's why I hang on to stuff maybe longer than I need to sometimes. I should have cast my tether right there. She was in a super good spot, but I waited, and now look, moves like so far away that quickly that my tether entirely misses. So yeah, also very frustrating, but I do have some heavy bricks down low. Luckily, she goes back into it. I don't have a Radiant melee, but we do have that 30% weaken, and that's going to be enough to take her out with Dragon's Breath and that extra damage. So yeah, that is the run. Like I said, very impressed with this build. Glad it worked as well in practice as it did in theory in my head last week when I saw the surges. And yeah, I hope it was entertaining and helpful for you. And if it was, a like and subscription would be greatly appreciated. And if you're still watching, then thanks for watching to the end. Take care.